Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and we are back with episode 3 of Love is Blind. Like the video for me, hit the bell to be notified for me. Please press that subscribe button for me. It's road to 50k. Help your boy get there. And merchandise is in the description below. Get yourself a nice, beautiful orange pillow, or even pink or blue, jumpers, all of that, t-shirts, new merchandise coming soon. And we're reintroducing Donut of the Day for Love is Blind. It's like Donkey of the Day for my American counterparts. Whoever's the biggest loser, whoever's the biggest cringe fest, whoever's the biggest weirdo, whoever just mugs himself off, embarrasses himself the most in the episode, they get Donut of the Day. So we are reintroducing Donut of the Day for Love is Blind. So let's go. So this episode starts with Micah and Paul meeting. I'm glad we didn't get to see too much airtime from them, because Micah, she be grinding my gears. She gets kind of on my nerves. They were nervous, they met each other. It was kind of awkward, if I'm being honest. It was a little bit awkward. Now, I don't know if it's awkward in general, because you've literally been speaking to someone for days and days and days and days at quite an intense level. You've got an image of them in your head. You imagine what it's like, and then you see someone in real life. It's kind of awkward, isn't it? And he even said it's one of the greatest moments of his life. I'm thinking, right, your life's been dead. If that scene that we just witnessed there was one of the greatest in your life, your life's been kind of dead. Now, anyway, Jackie is talking to the camera now, and she is conflicted at this current time. She's conflicted between Josh and Marshall. Jackie's explaining how she's conflicted between Josh and Marshall, but she's leaning heavily towards Marshmallow, soft. What she likes about Marshmallow is he's emotionally available and soft, and he makes her feel good and solid. That's what you need, man. Some solidarity right there, you get me? They then go on their date, and just the way this Marshmallow guy talks, I'm sorry. Ladies in the audience, please let me know, because I'm not a girl, innit? I'm a man. I know what a lot of women like, but I don't know what all women like, innit? So women in the audience, please comment below. Is someone like Marshmallow your type? Like, do you like someone who's very, very extremely sensitive and like extremely emotional like Marshmallow? Let me know, I'm interested in it. Cause he's like, he's not walking out with you, girl. He goes, that's all I know, and that's all I care about. He ain't walking out with you, girl. Yeah, these American man, they kill me. Everything has to be so dramatized. It's like a movie with Marshmallow. He's like, yeah, all I know and all I care about is he's not walking out with you, girl. Yo, he's like, since day one, I've been all about you. From this moment on, I promise to be about you. I'm in love with you, girl. He's like, I'm in love with you, and hey boy. He's like, I'm in love with you, and I ain't even seen her face. Okay, oh yeah, don't be licking my face now. None of that, boy. You kind of smell as well. Yeah, it's just too dramatized, man. Probably this show, I'm not gonna lie, this show is entertaining. I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying it, but it is hella cringy. So cringy. Like, you can never catch me on this. Like, if I was on this show, yeah, I would have to tell people straight. I would be telling people straight, listen, we can bond. I build connections with people very easily. So I'll tell them straight, me and you can bond through this wall. But I promise you now, if I don't find you attractive, I will turn around, bro. Big man thing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you lot and say, yeah, I can just fall in love with your personality, and then overlook some, if some girl comes out like, and I'm like, whoa, okay, yeah, so. He's like, oh my God, I could give Marshmallow Donut of the Day just for this. He's like, you are the wind in my sails. You're the fan to my flame. And I'm like, bro, how can you be expressing such a deep, deep love without seeing someone? Without meeting someone? I'm sorry guys, it just doesn't work. For you to actually say you're categorically in love is insane. Like, it's just insane to me. Yeah, you can love someone's personality. Yeah, you can love aspects of people's personality. You can love traits, you can love this, you can love that, whatever it is. But to say you are in love with a person after a week and you haven't seen them, it's not gonna run with me, I'm sorry. They just can't wait to begin their life together. Jackie and Marshmallow, this is, right? And yeah, Josh was stinging. That Josh boy, he weren't happy, boy. He was stinging. The camera pans to Kwame, and Kwame's shocked at how into Chelsea he is, right? But that's only after you've been mugged off by Micah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he whatever, it is what it is. I'm not gonna stretch too much into that. Kwame and Chelsea have their date, and this motherfucker starts playing guitar to her. Oh my God. He goes there, let me play a song. Let's play a song called Real Thing. And he goes, I just want that real thing. Wait, how does it go again? He's just like, I just want that real thing. It's just like, Yo, these lot are so cringy. Like every episode that goes by, it makes me cringe more and more as the show goes on, innit? She's chuckling, they're crying, like they're having some spiritual moments. Anyway, so Zach and Irina, right? We pan to their little love triangle thing. They're in their date and Zach shows her his sentimental little teddy bear that he's got. And basically, yeah, this whole Irina and Bliss beef is just petty, man. It's proper catty, and I'm actually gutted that Irina won the war. Well, I don't know how the show works, but won the battle at least, the battle between them. But Irina's a bit immature, and he even correctly points it out. She's got like toxic traits. She plays games, and that's not really what you want in someone. But that's not what I want in someone. It's clearly what he wants in someone. And Irina actually says to Zach, "Yo, has Bliss seen this teddy?" And he's like, "Yeah, she's seen it." And immediately she's like, "Oh, I don't feel special anymore. I want to go home." And all this game playing like stuff, I don't play all that. I'm gonna be like, well, obviously she's seen it because I'm getting to know both of you. I'm sharing parts of my life with both of you. And I just don't like how both the girls, Bliss and Irina, they keep putting pressure on Zach. They keep giving him ultimatums. They're like, what do you see in Bliss that you don't see in me? You were with Bliss for 10 straight hours. What's the difference between me and Bliss? I'll tell you what makes you similar. You're both so insecure about the other. You both bitch about the other. That's what, worry about yourselves. Worry about yourselves and Zach. You get it? It's weird. She just starts woofing about this, that, and the other. She even starts comparing herself to Bliss, like, you know what? I think I'm more street smart, but I know she's kind of good with words. But I know she kind of has a business, and I actually have a business. And I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like, she actually asked, "What do you see in Bliss that you don't see in me?" I don't like that type of questioning, man. It's quite funny though, because he calls her vicious. That's a bit of a mad word. He's like, "Yeah, no, with you, you're kind of like vicious, and like, you know, it's clear that Bliss doesn't like you." And I'm thinking, Zach, is that the right word? Is that the right lingo? If you're a woman, do you want to be called vicious? I don't know still. So then Zach's giving feedback to Marshmallow, and he basically says, "Yo, about Irina," he's like, "Yeah, she is immature and she plays toxic great games, but I trust her. I trust her on a deeper level." But the reason why he was and ahhing is because he didn't like what Bliss said to him yesterday. And I actually said that in my video. I was like, "What? You're a clown, Bliss," because the version of Irina that he sees is going to be different to the version you see. So, and she acknowledges that. So the date then goes on to her date with Zach, right? So Zach's talking to Irina, called her vicious, but leaning towards her. And then he has a date with Bliss. He actually pulls her up on what she said yesterday. He pulls her up on the ultimatum that she gave him and said, you know, if you chose her, that says a lot about your judge of character, this, that, and the other. And he didn't like that. And I'm actually glad he pulled her up on that, because that's not actually a nice thing to say. And I think that is quite just a bit weird. It's a weird thing to say, isn't it? They just start crying again, bro. I'm sorry, fam. All the tears, you lot that know me from Love Island, the war works. It doesn't do anything for me. You're not gonna pull on my heartstrings. All the crying and stuff, bro. Woman up. You know what I'm saying? Man up, woman up. Like when it makes sense to cry, it makes sense to cry, innit? Like when you're really being emotional. But she started crying because she was saying, my dad's never really liked a lot of my boyfriends, and my dad doesn't really think any man's gonna be good enough for me. Bro, that's any dad, fam. That's any dad. No dad is like most dads. You see it in the films, you see it in TV, you see it in real life. Most dads are never gonna fully approve of. They're never gonna think someone's good enough for their perfect daughter. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? God himself would have to come down from heaven, yeah. And even then, I'll be looking at him up and down, thinking, yeah, what can you offer my daughter? You get it? Like it's one of them ones. So but then she starts crying. She's like, I'm thinking, brother, what? It's just like the other guy. It's like, who was it? Was it Marshmallow? One of them. Oh yeah, my dad. He made me want to be good at maths, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, again, they exchange L-bombs. They love each other. This is Zach and Bliss. They're in love with each other, but he's apparently in love with her and Irina. Madness. And he just says he needs to sleep on it. Fine. Jackie and Marshmallow finally meet. But before they've met, he's just like, I've never been so certain. I'm so ready to love her. Like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand. I've even written down here, he is so moist and cringy. And he's just like, when we kissed, it was honestly the best moment of my entire life. And I'm like, bro, these lot have not lived. These lot have had dead lives. Well, the moment you lock lips with someone that you've been speaking to for 6 days is now the best moment of your life. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not the right person to be reviewing this because I'm just, I don't know. I'm realistic. All this show just doesn't seem realistic, if I'm being honest. But whatever. Irina and Bliss, they speak, right? They try to squash their beef. Now it's proper. You can tell it's just petty, man. Because this is the same Irina yesterday that was doing up Mission Impossible for Micah, just bare like looking around or whatever it was. I think it was Micah. One of them, and just bare like doing up. You know what I'm saying? She's just childish, man. She's immature with it. So you can tell that when they kind of try and squash their beef, you know it's not sincere in it. It's purely disingenuous. The way they were cussing each other out beforehand in their own, like in their dates with Zach, they were just cussing each other. How did it? Whatever. And yeah, Bliss is adamant you can fall in love without seeing someone cool, and that leads on to Zach and Bliss's date. And this is where he chooses Irina. But guys, this Zach brother didn't really choose Irina. He just said, "Oh, you're amazing. You're caring," and there was obviously a but coming, but he never even got around to saying the but. He just never said it. He was just like, "You're amazing, you're caring," and she goes, "Are you about to break up with me?" And he goes, "Yeah." Like, but he doesn't actually. You don't hear him. He doesn't actually say it. He just starts breaking down, and then he goes stuff like, "Oh, you know, you're such an amazing person. Like, you're so caring." But what? And then she basically gives him an out. She's kind of like, "Oh, you know, what is it? I can't remember what happens, but she's just kind of like, "Oh, it's okay." Like, she basically just gives him an out. She eventually says, "Oh, you know, I wish you the best. I love you, and I wish you the best of luck. Like, I'm happy with her," and just gives him. She gives him the through ball. She just through balls, and gives him an easy, open goal. He didn't have to do no work. He didn't have to graft. He didn't have to kind of make the big decision, make the big choice. He just kind of folded and crumbled, and she took that for what it was, which is what it was. But he never really said it. So yeah, that's beta moves, man. If you're gonna break up with a woman, you have to do it properly. You understand? He just choked ultimately, and Bliss then feeds back to Tiffany, and we all know Tiffany's loved up. She's in head over heels in love. Her heels are all the way up here, bro. Her heels are so far over her head. They've gone right back round to where her heels should be. You know what I'm saying? Straight 360 ting. Yeah, so she's trying to say like, "Oh, did you fight for it?" And Bliss is like, I rate Bliss for this, because she's like, "Well, I've shown him how much I care throughout the journey. I'm not gonna fight. Like, I'm not gonna say, 'Oh my God, don't do this.' Like, if you want me, then you want me, innit?" Type thing. And she took it. She took it on the chin, man. I can't lie. She took it on the chin nicely. Then we get Chelsea and Kwame. Now this Kwame brother, honestly, he is cheesy as well, but his bars are a bit more smooth rather than just cheesy. It's like melted cheese. It's a bit smoother. He starts woofing and starts spinning this narrative, spinning this story about black jeans. He's like, "Oh yeah, you know, I love black jeans. I always wear black jeans. You know, but then I woke up today and I couldn't find my black jeans, and you know, I put on my denim, my green khaki trousers, and basically he tried to use that story as a symbolism for like his experience on Love Is Blind, innit? How we have certain expectations, the black jeans, you know the black jeans are perfect with every outfit and rah. But actually the khaki works in that moment, so what we think is perfect isn't always what we know, and it was just some next philosopher, you know what I'm saying? Just doing some next bars. And he then basically proposes to her, and you know, she's happy. She calls their love story a perfect slow dance, and they've got like quite a spiritual connection, them two. I actually like them two as a couple. I think they look pretty good together in terms of well suited. Kwame and Chelsea, that is. I think they get on well. They got a lot of similarities. They're very connected on that soul level. Zach and Irina have their final date because Zach's obviously dumped off my gal, Blissful, you know what I'm saying? And Zach then sings a song to her. Oh my God. Zach, you get donut of the day for this episode, because this song was the cringiest song. This was worse than Kwame's, because at least Kwame had the guitar going on. At least he had some vocals going on, low key. He had the participation with Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole thing going on. This one, it was awkward. Like, it was really, really awkward. So Zach, you are wholeheartedly my donut of the day today. One, for picking Irina, dead food, and two, for singing to her and serenading her through the wall. Fam, it was dead. What he was like, "Oh, Irina, you take my blues away. It sounds like he was busting a nut or something, bro. It was dead. Donut of the day, Zach, wholeheartedly you. Kwame and Chelsea meet. And it's funny, you know, because did you lot pick up when she said, I don't know if I'm his type physically? She's actually said that twice now, I believe. I think she said that in yesterday's episode or the day before, and then again today. And that reminds me of when Jordan entered the house in Love Island. It was Sammy and Lana, was it? The two white girls there. They were like, oh, the first thing they said was, oh, he's handsome, whatever, but I don't know if I'm his type. It's funny, you know why they're saying that, innit? Because they know, obviously, she knows Kwame's black. His name's Kwame. She even recited his whole name, all 5 of his names. He's a freshie, he's got a fresh name, you know what I'm saying? He's got 5 names, 6 names. She knows all of them, she knows he's black in it. It's just funny how that's the first thing they say is like, oh, I don't actually know if I'm his type. You don't need to assume that. I mean, Kwame, the two things he liked the most were white and blonde, so I feel like whether he knows it or not, he must have a little type anyway, you get it? So, as I said, I think they look good together. They start kissing each other's neck. That was kind of awkward as well, because it was just so stiff. Like, ugh. But well done, she actually remembered his entire name when she accepted the proposal as well. And then the episode ends with Zach and Irina meeting, but we don't actually get to see that yet. So predictions, it's gonna be interesting, man. From the start of from the preview, it looks like they're gonna get on, but I really hope here that they don't get on. Like I actually want someone here, because is this show gonna when does this show get proper like peak? Like I want someone to be like, oh my God, I can't wait. I want to give my entire being to you. I love you. I'm your soulmate. This and the other. And then they see the girl and they're like, yo, everything I said, done. They just do it. You know, like that. You know, Granddad from The Simpsons. Granddad is that meme where he walks in and walks out. I'm trying to see some real drama, you know. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. That's tomorrow. Peace.